Hello everyone, Autistic Audis here with you. I'm in Bainbridge, Ohio. Not sure if you can hear me clearly, but I'm kind of near Route 422 and Route 306. We got some traffic. I'm going to speak loud and clearly with you to make sure you get my audio. And before I go into great details, I'm not exactly have a high priority on doing audits at a private business unless there's a good reason. And here I'm going to be doing a audit at the urgent care over there at the Cleveland Clinic. And the reason why I'm doing an audit there, I had a family member went there back on August 15th of this year, August 1/5, and my family member was declined. Medical attention, even though it was minor, at an urgent care facility. And the staff told my family member at the time that my family member was violent or violence, either or. So here's the phone pole right here, and there's a Cleveland Clinic facility right there. This is the same location my family member went to, so that's why I'm doing an audit. And I'm doing a standing on the easement, public right-of-way, however you want to describe it, on that specific location of that property. And I have no desire to go on the private property over there, but they do have a notice sign, no turnaround. There's an ORC in Ohio. The ORC is Ohio Revised Code. It's our state laws here in Ohio, just like that. And there's a cemetery over there. Of course, I can provide information to you in the links of the description of this audit. And that's it. But let me give you a little bit of a background. Since I was born with rare neurological concerns, I saw a lot of different specialists throughout the Cleveland area, even Toledo, for my medical needs, because I was very different in a lot of ways, because a lot can go on with the human body, just like that. So my speech pathologist and my parents went to Cleveland Clinic downtown, not here, but downtown Cleveland over there. And we saw a specialist, and at the end of the assessment, my speech pathologist disagreed with the doctor's prognosis, his judgment basically, his verdict. When that happened, we had security came up to us and kind of escort us out eventually. And if we would have ate inside the hospital, we would have police or security with us at that time frame. All because the doctor's feelings were hurt. Couldn't take a hit because a speech pathologist disagreed with his judgment, his theory about me. My guess is this was back in the early mid-90s, and I was a little kid and I didn't really know much what was going on, to be honest with you. It was my parents and my speech pathologist, and my family members think to this day, since then, that has played a factor why my family member was declined treatment here at this specific location, at this urgent care center here, the Cleveland Clinic. We think there's a correlation. We also have different philosophies, different theories of what led to this denial of service. My family members, I've also done some research, have contacted the ombudsman about this, and he's been very helpful, very clear, and he doesn't understand why my dad, well, my mom, myself, even my sister, even other family members have been declined service. And with that being said, is the ombudsman has also gave my family the green light to look at any Cleveland Clinic facility for medical needs just like that, because they have no documentation of any type of wrongdoing, no police reports, no documentation, no police reports, nothing like that against us, any of us. And so since there's no documentation, we got the green light to go to even Cleveland Clinic Center, any Cleveland Clinic Center, like I mentioned, for any medical needs. And just like that, rock on. And it's quite unusual. And we think from that incident back in the 90s, this has been a factor in the play of cards of why there hasn't been any type of proper green light service from any of them. So I'm speaking loudly and clearly. So there's been some research on this, and it's still ongoing of what's going on. Until then, we have the green light to go see them, like I said, redundantly. I'm looking all around me, making sure there's nothing going on. Any auditor would do that. And I'm going to be here for a little bit to do an audit. Got a church right here. Not sure if you can read that or not, but it says Bainbridge Community United Church of Christ. Bainbridge Community United Church of Christ. So there's a church right here, there's a cemetery. To give you another story, about 6-7 years ago, I was coming home from Cleveland over there, as heading eastbound towards home. And I decided to pull in here off the exit ramp, go in here, take a look at my car. I thought there was a problem with the brake or the tire, and a cop was going around, circled me around. No, he saw me when I got out of the car. Then he pulled me over when I was going to 422 ramp to go back home. Then he pulled me over, says, I was looking for medical attention, which was not exactly to. I was just checking my car, just like that. And there's some people going in. I was just checking the condition of my car, make sure everything was okay. Then the cop followed me out, then pulled me over, and to me it was a frivolous, baseless pullover. He just wanted to run my plate, run my tag. And back at that time frame, about 7 years ago, I wasn't exactly too knowledgeable about, pullovers and frivolous and Fourth Amendment and stuff like that. And I mean, of course, you got to have RAS, reasonable articulate suspicion, for the government, the law enforcement, to get involved. But there was none at that time frame. So I'm going on 10 minutes right now. I'll probably be out for another 10 or 20 more minutes. See what happens. No one hasn't contested me out here. The police station is down there. The town hall is over there across the woods. I got family that lives in Aurora, just down there. To give you another fun fact, the lead singer of Stone Temple Pilots, the actual lead singer, grew up in Bainbridge. And I guess he moved out to California back in the late 80s and made it big time out there. Yes, I'm on a church parking lot right now, but I'm willing to take that chance. We all can see the Cleveland Clinic. Of course, there's other businesses. There we go. Me personally, I have not been in this urgent care center. Never been inside this building before. And I don't know the layout, to be honest with you. Just like that. There's a cemetery. Hey, this is how you spell Bainbridge. I would still say that a lot of Ohioans in general are not aware of First Amendment audits. I would say that. Ooh. I think it's a Department of Aging vehicle, but I'm not sure. So, if you want to fast forward, be my guest. Been no activity whatsoever. I'm not expecting any type of conflict today, but once again, you never know. Bainbridge is a very fluent township. Got a lot of money, got a lot of assets. And I was over there for the No Kings protests, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. I was on both sides of Route 306. Restland Cemetery. So let me give you a recap once again. My family members were here trying to get service for urgent care need. Nothing serious. They were denied service back on August 15th. And my dad, my mom, myself, even other family members have researched, talked to the ombudsman, and also they did an investigation. They mentioned that my family members were violent. They wrote it down. They also wrote "do not service." That's why I showed you in the beginning of the video. And I'm here doing an audit. There's no sufficient proof they can prove to state the claim. My theory is because the doctor was upset back in the 90s because he couldn't take a hit from a speech pathologist on a diagnosis on a claim, and since then we've had concerns and problems. If we would have had to eat inside the hospital in downtown Cleveland Clinic, we had to eat with the police or security, and just like that. And that's my theory. There's been other theories out there. We knew some other personnel involved with the Cleveland Clinic. There's a family, right? There's a dad and daughter, and there's different theories, and we're just it's still ongoing. It's still going on. And what else? The ombudsman from the Cleveland Clinic was very surprised. Nothing to back it up, especially when they mentioned the word violent or violence back on August 15th of this year, August 1/5. And gotta get this taken care of. Too much nonsense goes on in today's world. It's quite sad. Poor decision making. If everyone would to make good decisions, this country would be a heck of a lot better. I can promise you that. I put my life on that too. Let's give another 12, 13, 14 minutes. Go a little closer. It's probably about low 80s right now. Here in Ohio, it's quite warm. It's kind of hot. I'm sweating quite a bit, and I'd rather go out and do audits now before it's too late. Not too fond of doing audits in the cold in the winter. What else? I'm planning on doing a year in review. Or be talking about my audits this year I've done. I still have a list at home that I want to do, and it's almost October, so just like that. So just to give you my personal opinions about this country, the United States, I do feel this country is dying in a lot of ways. I do feel there's no point of return, and I do feel that there's no way we are able to overcome our own problems here, especially with with the government and politicians and all that. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. A lot of Americans and others see where I'm getting at, but it's just quite sad how the United States has become. Yeah, I was born in the late 80s, and people say, well, you don't know, how can you compare that to the 60s or 70s? And I would agree that the United States has always had problems and concerns. It's just, we don't have a problem with the concerns with the climate, the environment. We don't have problems and concerns with retirement like we did back in the day. The income inequality is a big factor since the 80s. All that. Of course, we had problems back when my parents were kids, but nothing to this magnitude. No way. Not even close. And it's just quite sad how the United States has become. Please like, share, subscribe to Autistic Otter. Hit the bell for notifications. I would appreciate any type of feedback that you write. I'm just a one-man show and I'm doing an auto right now and take it from there. So I'll put the information in the link, descriptions, just like that, of what I'm addressing about with this audit here. It's been a very low-key audit here so far, and that's what I'm expecting. So I'm looking behind me, nothing. It's a lot quieter. So appreciate you watching. Hit the thumbs up button, and just like that. I've been recording for 22 minutes, so of course I got my papers with me. If any of you have any locations you want me to do in Northeast Ohio, maybe Northwest Pennsylvania, let me know. So I called up the Cleveland Clinic today, and they told me at the Bainbridge location here, this one right here, they close at 3:30. I'm checking my phone right now, it's 2:45. So go out front. Oh, maybe not. When my family member was trying to get service here back on August 15th, the staff members of the Cleveland Clinic were watching and paying attention to my dad, of my mom, plus I got my sister, and of how their behaviors would be. Just like that. The Cleveland Clinic has been also in the spotlight for a lot of other types of activities as well. So, of course, you know, I got family and other family in Aurora. I got other family just in Lake County or Ashtabula County, just like that too. Let's do a couple more minutes. The clinic is well known in the United States, has received a lot of rewards, and from my understanding they're in different locations as well. It's a beautiful day out here in Ohio. Well, I've been here for almost 30 minutes. I think I'm going to call it a wrap. Nothing has happened. No Karen or Darren sightings. No law enforcement. As you know, I don't edit my audits. What you see is what you get. It's authentic, just like that. So we all have our own styles. We all have our own preferences of how we do audits, just like that. So please like, share, subscribe to Autistic Auditor. Hit the bell for notifications. Appreciate your help and your support. Please keep watching and have a nice day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.